Welcome back, learners. We're on the final session of week 1. We hope that you've enjoyed the last few sessions and look forward to continuing with you over the next 5 weeks. In today's session, we're going to be discussing accreditation and institutions of excellence. We look forward to your feedback. Enjoy the session. In week 1, we have covered the new education policy and its innovative approach to education. In the following weeks, we will go through disruptive innovation plus global trends, introduce design thinking and its relevance to education, align design thinking with the NEP framework, empower students through design thinking, and finally, in week 6, discuss design thinking for innovative educational leadership and policy advocacy. The topic for week 1, New Education Policy, NEP 2020 and its innovative approach to education. So far, we have covered session 1 where we discussed the NEP vision, goals and fundamental principles. Session 2, the New Education Policy Framework. In session 3, we discussed critical thinking and interdisciplinary approach to problem solving. Session 4, we compared the different policies and discussed India's evolution in education policies. And finally, in session 5 today, we will discuss accreditation and institutions of excellence. Today, we will have a discussion on accreditation and institutions of excellence, where we will explore their significance in fostering educational quality, driving institutional improvements, and enabling global competitiveness. Join us to understand the frameworks, standards, and best practices that empower institutions to achieve excellence and sustainability in education. Let's get an overview of NEP 2020 and accreditation. The NEP 2020 aims to reform higher education by assigning separate independent bodies for regulation, accreditation, funding, and academic standard setting. These 4 verticals will function under a single umbrella body, the Higher Education Commission of India. The NEP envisions a simpler, binary pass or fail accreditation system in the future, aligning with global standards. This system focuses on basic norms, self-disclosure, good governance, and outcomes. Public self-disclosure emphasizes transparency through institutions' self-disclosure of key data and adherence to basic norms, allowing stakeholders to assess academic practices and achievements directly. Accreditation will be handled by independent approved bodies monitored by the National Accreditation Council, which will oversee the accreditation processes and ensure compliance with NEP standards. The NEP 2020, Reforming Accreditation. It aims to reform higher education by assigning separate independent bodies for regulation, accreditation, funding, and academic standard settings. These 4 verticals will function under a single body, the Higher Education Commission of India. Accreditation will focus on basic norms, self-disclosure, good governance, and outcomes, overseen by NAC through an independent network of accrediting institutions. Over time, accreditation will evolve into a binary system aligning with global practices. NEP's vision on accreditation can be summed up in the following points. Binary accreditation, public self-disclosure by institutions, approved accreditation institutions, university type-based process, majorly outcome-based approach, empirical policy benefits to motivate accreditation. Here are some examples of universities and colleges in India that have taken significant steps in accreditation and reforms, aligning with the principles outlined in NEP 2020. IIT Madras. Recognized as one of the leading institutions in India, IIT Madras exemplifies high standards in accreditation. It focuses on fostering research and innovation while maintaining transparency through public self-disclosure of its academic practices and achievements. It has consistently worked on improving outcomes-based education. Manipal Academy of Higher Education. Accredited by NAC with an A++ grade. It exemplifies adherence to NEP 2020's principles of accreditation. The university emphasizes outcome-based learning, governance, and documentation through transparent processes. Shiv Nadar University. Known for its innovative teaching and learning approaches, Shiv Nadar University focuses on providing multidisciplinary education and has systems aligned with the NEP 2020. Its governance framework, adherence to accreditation norms, and continuous review of academic standards highlight its role in this space. JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research. Accredited with A++ by NAC, this academy focuses on delivering high-quality education. Its commitment to integrating outcome-based learning with strong internal governance represents NEP 2020's ideals. Here are some more examples of leading universities that have NEP 2020 integration. Christ University, Bangalore, a leading institution in outcome-based education and multidisciplinary integration. Christ University focuses on ensuring its accreditation reflects principles such as good governance, transparency, and impactful outcomes as outlined by NEP 2020. Ashoka University. Known for fostering innovation and critical thinking, Ashoka University has introduced several interdisciplinary programs. It embodies NEP 2020's principles, including transparency, public self-disclosure, and good governance. Amity University. Amity follows a robust accreditation process that reflects NEP 2020's focus on improved governance and adherence to accreditation standards. The institution encourages industry interaction and research outcomes. These universities have either maintained NAC's highest rankings or implemented processes aligned with NEP 2020's principles of reform in higher education, particularly in governance and outcomes-based education. These provide actionable examples for a case study. We urge our learners to go through each of these universities and understand in depth how these changes are being implemented. India has one of the largest and most diverse education systems in the world. Privatization, widespread expansion, increased autonomy, and introduction of programs in new and emerging areas have improved access to higher education. At the same time, it has also led to widespread concern about the quality and relevance of higher education. Now, to address these concerns, the National Policy on Education and the Program of Action spelled out strategic plans for the policies and advocated the establishment of an independent national accreditation agency. Consequently, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC) was established in 1994 as an autonomous institution of the University Grants Commission with its headquarters in Bangalore. Institutions of Eminence scheme has been launched in order to implement the commitment of the government to empower the higher educational institutions and to help them become world-class teaching and research institutions, as announced by the Honorable Finance Minister in his budget speech of 2016. 10 public and 10 private institutions are to be identified to emerge as world-class teaching and research institutions. This would enhance affordable access to high-quality education for ordinary citizens in India. What are the objectives of the scheme? The Institutions of Eminence scheme was launched to empower higher educational institutions and to help them become world-class teaching and research institutions. The eligible categories. Applicants are invited from existing government educational institutions, existing private higher educational institutions, aiming to upgrade and sponsoring organizations for new institutions of eminence. Enhancing access to education. The initiative aims to enhance affordable access to high-quality education for ordinary Indians, ensuring that select institutions reach global standards. What are the objectives of institutions of eminence? Number 1, promoting excellence. The objective is to provide higher education leading to excellence and innovations in branches of knowledge deemed fit at postgraduate, graduate, and research degree levels. Number 2, innovative education. Institutions aim to engage in areas of specialization, making distinctive contributions to the university education system, developing the capacity of students and researchers. Number 3, high quality teaching and research. Focus on high quality teaching and research, advancing knowledge through various research programs undertaken by full-time faculty and research scholars. Number 4, interdisciplinary focus. Attention to unique and emerging areas of knowledge, offering interdisciplinary courses aligned with strategic needs of the country. What are the expectations for institutions of eminence? Quality faculty and autonomy. Transparent admissions. Research and teaching excellence. Internationalization. Funding and financial aid. Institutions of Eminence Initiative. Governance and infrastructure. Global collaboration. Research facilities. Interdisciplinary focus. Faculty-student ratio. Publication culture. NEP 2020's vision on accreditation, when applied effectively, strengthens the reputation of an institution and enhances student experience and outcomes. Transparency and an outcome-driven approach attracts stakeholders like students, parents, and employers. Institutions benefit from creating sustainable frameworks rather than pursuing short-term compliance. We hope you enjoyed today's session and found it informative. Please do go through the examples at length. We look forward to seeing you all in the next week.